Ever wondered what secrets lurk within the symbols we encounter daily? Symbols, they are everywhere. In every corner of our life, from the logos that adorn the products we consume to the street signs that guide our way, symbols are an inescapable part of our existence. They are the silent language that communicates without uttering a word, the invisible ink that writes the narratives of our world. But have you ever paused to question the meanings behind these symbols? Have you ever considered that beneath the surface there might be hidden messages, concealed truths waiting to be discovered? This is where we delve into the realm of the obscure, the domain of occult symbols. Occult, a term often associated with the mysterious and the hidden, is derived from the Latin word occultus, meaning clandestine or hidden. Throughout history, these symbols have held a significant place in various cultures, religions, and belief systems. They've been used as tools to convey deep, often complex ideas and concepts, ones that words often fall short of expressing adequately. Symbols like the all-seeing eye, the pentagram, or the ankh are not just mere shapes or designs. They are keys that unlock the doors to a world of secret knowledge and hidden wisdom. They are the echoes of ancient philosophies, the whispers of forgotten truths. But why should we care about these symbols? Why should we bother to decipher their hidden meanings? Well, because symbols hold power. They are not just passive images that we glance over. They influence our thoughts, our perceptions, and ultimately our actions. They shape our reality, often in ways we might not even comprehend. So the next time you see a symbol, pause, look beyond its surface, dive into its depths. You might just discover a world of hidden truths and obscured realities, a world that has been right in front of your eyes all along. Symbols hold power, often more than we realize. They shape our reality, sometimes in ways we might not even comprehend. Symbols are a language, a silent conversation that transcends beyond words. They are the silent whispers that speak volumes, painting vivid pictures in our minds. They are the unspoken words that bridge the gap between cultures, ages, and civilizations. Symbols have the power to convey complex ideas and emotions. Consider a heart. To some, it signifies love, warmth, compassion. To others, it represents life itself, the very essence of existence. Now, think about a scale. In many cultures, it symbolizes justice, balance, and fairness. It's remarkable, isn't it? How a simple shape, a mere design, can evoke such profound emotions and thoughts. And yet, the interpretation of symbols is not universal. It varies from culture to culture, from person to person. The same symbol that signifies peace in one culture could represent war in another. The same symbol that symbolizes life in one culture could signify death in another. This cultural variation is what makes the language of symbols so rich, so diverse, so intriguing. However, this diversity also lends itself to manipulation. Just as words can be twisted and turned to serve different purposes, so can symbols. They can be used to manipulate our thoughts, to influence our actions. They can be used to stir emotions, to incite reactions. They can be used to control, to dominate, to rule. Think about it. How many times have you felt compelled to act a certain way because of a symbol? How many times have you felt a surge of emotions because of a symbol? How many times have you felt a sense of belonging, a sense of identity because of a symbol? That's the power of symbols. They can shape our thoughts, mold our actions, define our identities. And so we must be wary, we must be aware. We must understand the language of symbols, for it is a language that speaks directly to our subconscious, bypassing our conscious mind. It is a language that can be used for good, for unity, for peace. But it is also a language that can be used for evil, for division, for war. Symbols, like words, can be twisted and turned, used to manipulate our thoughts. They are the silent puppeteers in the grand theatre of life. What if I told you that you've been surrounded by occult symbols without even knowing? Yes, my friends. The world we inhabit is a web of symbols, many of which hold occult significance, and they're right under our noses. Let's start with the pentagram, a five-pointed star enclosed in a circle. You might recognize it from your favorite rock band's album cover, or perhaps a trendy piece of jewelry. But the pentagram is much more than a fashion statement. In ancient times, it was a symbol of the five elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. It represented balance and unity. Today, however, it's often associated with darker forces, largely due to its appropriation by certain cults and media portrayals. Next, we have the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol of protection and royal power. You've likely seen it in various forms, from pop culture references to tattoo designs. But do you know its true origins? The Eye of Horus was believed to ward off evil and bring good fortune. Today, it's often linked with the Illuminati and seen as a symbol of control and surveillance. Then there's the Baphomet sigil, a symbol associated with the Knights Templar and later adopted by occultists. It's a complex symbol, often depicted as a goat-headed figure within a pentagram. This symbol was traditionally used to represent the equilibrium of opposites, the harmony of the universe. However, modern interpretations often connect it with devil worship again, a consequence of media misrepresentation and fear-mongering. Each of these symbols, once revered for their profound meanings, have been twisted and reshaped to fit narratives far removed from their origins. They've been commercialized, demonized, and stripped of their rich histories. These occult symbols, once symbols of power and wisdom, have been repurposed, their true meanings veiled behind the facade of the mundane. But remember, a symbol's power lies not in the symbol itself, but in our perception of it. So let's peel back the layers of fear and ignorance and reclaim the wisdom that these symbols were meant to convey. Symbols are more than mere drawings. They are keys to understanding the world around us. Let's dive into the psychological depths of symbols and their impact on us. Symbols, you see, are not just arbitrary designs, they are the language of the subconscious mind, a language that speaks directly to our emotions, bypassing our rational thought processes. Think about it. How often have you been influenced by a symbol without even realizing it? Take the golden arches of a popular fast food chain or the swoosh of a famous sports brand. These symbols instantly evoke feelings, memories, and associations, don't they? That's the power of symbols. They can shape our perceptions, influence our decisions, and even dictate our behavior. Symbols are also used extensively in advertising. Advertisers understand the emotional pull of symbols and use them cleverly to manipulate our desires and drive our consumption. A simple image can induce feelings of hunger, excitement, or even a sense of belonging. But symbols are not only used to sell products, they are also potent tools of propaganda. A flag, for instance, is not merely a piece of cloth. It's a symbol that can evoke immense pride or intense hatred, depending on one's perspective. It can unite or divide, inspire or instigate. Similarly, political parties or movements often use symbols to rally their supporters and to communicate their ideologies and objectives. But the power of symbols goes even further. They can become catalysts of change, igniting revolutions and social movements. Consider the peace sign, the feminist symbol, or even the hashtag. These symbols have transcended their visual form to become rallying cries for change, embodying the hopes, aspirations, and struggles of millions. Symbols have the power to sway the masses, to ignite revolutions, to spark change. They are the silent whispers that can roar like thunder. So the next time you see a symbol, remember, it's not just a drawing. It's a key to understanding the invisible forces that shape our world. Awareness is the first step towards understanding. You see, we are surrounded by symbols every single day of our lives. They're not just in occult practices or in the pages of dusty old tomes. They're on our televisions, in our books, on our streets, and even in our pockets. These symbols, they're like a secret language, a code, if you will. And this code, it's written everywhere. Now, why should you care? Well, that's because symbols, my friends, are powerful tools. They carry meanings, messages, and ideas that can influence our thoughts, emotions, and actions. They can manipulate us, control us without us even realizing it. That's why it's vital that we understand these symbols for what they truly stand for, and not just what we've been conditioned to believe. Think about it. How many times have you seen a symbol and simply accepted it at face value? How many times have you been swayed by a symbol without even realizing it? Too many times, I dare say, but fear not, for it's never too late to start questioning, to start seeking the truth. So I implore you, be more aware of the symbols around you. Don't just accept them at face value. Seek to understand their true meanings. Question them, challenge them. For it's only through understanding that we can prevent ourselves from falling prey to manipulation. Remember, symbols are not just drawings or signs. They're carriers of messages, tools of influence and instruments of control. They're powerful and they're everywhere. But we hold the power to understand them, to decode them, and to use that knowledge to our advantage. In this world shrouded in symbols, it is our responsibility to seek the truth, to understand, to question. For in the end, knowledge is our greatest weapon against manipulation.